What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? Um, how y'all doing? I hope you're having a good day. For this stream right here, I will be talking about the future of Halo. Also, the future. Does an MCU? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it just in between good and bad? It just depends on who's y'all, what's y'all bias. I think because I think the MCU future is a little bit in doubt. I think, in my opinion, because anybody, if you look at it, some of the best MCU movies is is No Way Home, which I like. No Way Home is good. I like that. That was actually a good movie, not because of Tom Holland himself, because of the movie directions overall. In my opinion, the movie was much more serious in the second half of the movie than it was in the first half. Because think about it, if you look at the movie overall, when you look at the movie overall, um, the stuff like that, the first half of the movie, being like a normal MCU type movie, if you look at it, and that's kind of like my thing that I got reservations on. Be just my opinion on the MCU stuff. It's not bad. I don't hate the MCU, but the thing that I don't like is like the MCU cheat fans out of certain characters, which I think should have been in certain movies. Because anybody even look at Infinity War, look at Endgame, Adam Warlock should have been in those movies, and that's kind of like my beef I got with it. Because think about it, when you look at comics and look at the movies, it kind of don't match up. It kind of don't match up if y'all know. Um, when I talk about doing that, um, just the thing I'm talking about, it just the thing I got a problem with dealing with the MCU, which I don't like, is like the MCU, like in my opinion, like the dumb down so their moves and characters. Yeah, y'all can say that I'm being biased, stuff like that. But the thing about my opinion is right. When you look at the movies overall, look at the movies, look at the movies, and look at the characters themselves. Is that you cannot tell me that some of the characters were not dumbed down. That's my thing. Because you can't tell me that none of the characters were not dumbed down and stuff like that. In my opinion, you cannot tell me that. Just because in my opinion, it's based on the MCU right now. The best stuff I see is like the Captain Marvel stuff. I'm gonna give it a chance. I will give it a chance. The Captain Marvel stuff, the Captain Marvel show dealing with this character right here, dealing with this character right here. I would give this show a chance, but the thing is, it's like I want to see if this show could be serious in between serious and stuff like that. And that's kind of like my thing, which I don't want to see for the MCU and all the kids stuff. Because think about for me, if I'm making a Miss Marvel show, I want the cast to be so young. In my opinion, I wouldn't have did it. And that's kind of like my opinion on the Captain Marvel casting. I I don't got a problem with the casting, but my thing is and kind of like my and kind of like my opinion, and kind of my opinion based on the Captain Marvel stuff, what I seen from the trailer, everything like that. It seemed like for me now from the trailer, it's like our power set is kind of different, and kind of like they got the ambiguous stuff from the game, everything like that, and if they kind of seem like they kind of how can I say this? They kind of made the some of the game stuff in the show, like the ambiguous, the hands going out and stuff like that. And that's kind of like for me, right? That's what I would like to see. And kind of like for me, right, which I like to see is like I would like to see. I like to see the Captain Marvel show for me, right? If she was older, for me, I would like for her to be older. Yeah. Should that just be my opinion? I would like for her to be older, and for like people that be like saying you don't want kids. They about me is like I don't seen the Tom Holland experiment of them being too young in high school, and that's kind of, and that's kind of like I draw the line at it because if you see the Tom Holland Spider Man, everything like that, the trilogy, all three Spider Mans, they made him in high school, which I don't like in my opinion. Because think about it, when you look at the same Raimi Spider Man, he went through high school first half of the movie. The first half of the movie he went through high school. The second half of the movie of the Tom Holland Spider Man, him being too young, in my opinion, which kind of kills it for me. Him being too young kills it for me, in my opinion. And this Marvel show, and then this Miss Marvel show just might suffer from the same thing of her being so young because you can't really take it there most times and deal with Disney as well. And that's just me, in my opinion, about it. But if y'all got different opinions about it, if y'all think this show could be good, bad, and everything between, and that's kind of like my opinion on it. Because the kind of thing that I want to see definitely Miss Marvel show if she wasn't so young is like I would like to see her go through how can I say this? I would like to see her enemies just try to push her just to that limit. If y'all know what I'm talking about, because you look at the Toby Spider Mans, even the Andrews Spider Man, which I don't like. Their enemies really push them, but the thing is like which one of the Miss Marvel enemies that you could really use, which could really use to make them how can I say this? Which kind of I like that if they using it right, her family trauma and stuff like that, they just try to push her as a hero, and that's what I'm cool with that. And just as the Miss Marvel type of um Miss Marvel type of show. But things when you look at the trailer, it seems like it's gonna be just another Disney kids show or something like that. When she could just go through stuff for a little bit, and for her not have to push herself, and kind of thing I like seeing the trailer is like the Muslim sound like the Muslim mosque or something. It just getting shown in church, and plus I like that, and that's kind of like the good thing like you seeing different religions and shows because you look at it just for Disney point thing. Disney really don't show that type of Muslim church most of the time in their movies. It just show like outside Christian churches, everything else like that. But for me, for them to show the churches and stuff like that, that big old Kamala Khan we're doing, I'm cool with it. And that's kind of like, for me, and that's kind of for me. That I would like to see. And that's kind of thing I like to see from the Miss Marvel show. And kind of thing I like to see from the Miss Marvel show. If they make they make it see if this season if this season ain't on it on based on the cliffhanger or something like that, I would like the cliffhanger to be good. If the cliffhanger getting shown, in my opinion. That's just me. That's just me because you can't be having these shows on cliffhangers in the seasons and stuff like that. And the cliffhanger don't be good, and get people mad don't want to come back. And it kind of like things I want to see there from the Miss Marvel show is like who she gonna be fighting, and that's kind of the thing. Who she gonna be fighting, who she gonna be just trying to save and stuff like that. Because if you look at it, you got to give her objective who she's trying to save, everything like that, in my opinion. But everybody different on that point. Some people say no, some people say yeah. Some people say no, some people say yeah, and stuff like that. They don't want to see her too grown up. But the thing about me is like I would never cast somebody this young to be Miss Marvel. I would cast somebody at least by 18 and older, I think, in my opinion, to do it. But Disney already did it. But it's just me. And that's kind of like for me, in my opinion, right? Which I would like to see from this character in the future is like how she made that first costume when I saw in the trailer. Because you look at the trailer, that it seems like she got a costume that's inspired by Captain Marvel. And the Captain Marvel we got in the MCU is nothing. It's nothing in my opinion just to aspire to. Oh, that's just me. And kind of like things I don't want to see. It's kind of like other heroes trying to get inspired by that Captain Marvel. Because if you look at it, that Captain Marvel is nothing. Is nothing in my opinion to run home about. When you look at it, in my opinion, that Captain Marvel in the MCU is not the right one. Her attitude was all wrong, and kind of things I don't want to see from my Miss Marvel. The future is sound like the Miss Marvel, which I think, in my opinion, I don't want the Miss Marvel to pick up that attitude what he got from Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel movie, and that's kind of like my opinion of it. I just don't want my Captain Marvel to pick up from there. That's just me. And kind of like the next thing that I'm excited for the MCU. It's already coming out already. It's like the Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. Oh, that just the Doctor Strange. It, it, this movie right here, which I see one of the posters stuff like that. It got Captain it got Miss Marvel, Wanda, Wong, and Doctor Strange. And kind of like my thing I would like to see from that character. I think, in my opinion, the Doctor Strange character, which I would like to see, uh, just for Doctor Strange, in my opinion. And it sounds like some other people might not like me for saying it. That I would like to see character growth dealing with Cap, dealing with Doctor Strange, because think about it, I want to know what did they learn, which I think, in my opinion, from what did this character learn of the last movie to carry on to this movie, and can he and can he, in my opinion, carry on those lessons onto that. That's kind of thing that I want to see, the character growth in each movie. Because then if you look at it, the MCU is kind of changing some of their story origins, just like in WandaVision and stuff like that. If you've seen the WandaVision show, they kind of changing some of their story arcs, which I don't like, in my opinion. I don't like that they kind of changing. I just don't like they changing some of these story arcs if you look at it. Because think about, for me, right there, the if you already, in my opinion, just got a story in Ultron, just how Wanda and Speed Silk and Quicksilver got their powers. It will be dumb for you to go back and change it in the show. Because then you look at the show on the Vision, and look at Ultron. Two different origins. And some people say they were doing it because they didn't have rights and stuff like that. This me. Find your way around that jump. In my opinion, find your way around it. Don't try to change the origin of Wanda because you didn't have the rights. Just say that kind of facility was a mutant. How can I say? Was a mutant experimentation facility, and this change it. But the thing is, she already, her and her brother already had a mutant gene. The bigger facility that's brought out. Just say that. But they don't do that though, and that's kind of thing that I don't like half of the time. Dealing with the shows, that dealing with the MCU, because it seems like the MCU just be winging it on certain parts of the story. Some parts of the story it be good, some parts it's not. And kind of like thing that I would want to see, right? And this WandaVision movie is make sure the stakes is high, and make sure the villains have a purpose inside the movie. Because like for me, I'll just want to see if they have some kind of purpose in this movie. Because you look at it, they still got Dormammu out there who could be coming back. Dormammu could be coming back. I think, in my opinion, Dormammu and plus the evil version of Mordor could be coming back throughout this tunnel and stuff there, which I think could be happening. But some people simply think it's not coming. The movie not coming back. But the thing about, for me, is like, shoot, I do think he comes back, in my opinion. Dormo might come back, but the thing is, he might not come back in the way that we expect him to come back. But I think that he might come back in some way. I think, in my opinion. uh, be, because like the one the one thing about the Doctor Strange movie that I like is that it was serious and it had stakes. It had jokes, but the but you still could tell that the movie had stakes to it. That that's kind of thing. The Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man movie had stakes, but the thing is, Spider-Man movies seemed like it was more jokes, seemed like it was in it than stakes. But everybody different on that point. But that's just me. Because should that just me in my opinion on that? Be, because like some people might like it, some people might not. Be, because like the things that I would want to see from my just for the Doctor Strange movie is like I want to see how did the multiverse get broken in the first place. That just me. Because the thing about for me, right, is like it's like you see the multiverse of madness, but the thing is like who caused the multiverse of madness? Was it Wanda when she broke free just for being micro with her power stuff at it because of Agatha? And they talk about Agatha getting her own show, which is dumb in my opinion. Why is she getting her own show? She's a villain. Uh, Unless she changing her ways or something like that to be a good guy or something like that. And that's kind of thing I don't trust right now. And 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 kind of for me is like I wouldn't get Agatha for nothing her own show yet. Um till you know just how Wanda is it just perceiving this movie. It should use right. Just do the dialogue in between Doctor Strange and her scenes right and stuff like that. That is me. But everybody different on that point. But that's just me and my opinion on that point. Because like the points that I would want to see, right? That the next point I want to see is like where was Doctor Strange at doing this? In my opinion, where was he at doing this whole WandaVision thing and stuff like that? Was he up in another dimension or something like that? Because should I just me in my opinion on that? Because think about for me, right? It sounds like you look at the further strange move. The ancient ones say is they protect the other magical dimensions when it's some kind of disturbance. How could they not find this how can I say this? The One Division town track. Because they have One Division sound like Wanda is magic, Doctor Strange magic. He should have been able to sense it and stop it, which I think, in my opinion, he should have been able to do. But it seems like to me they can't. Should that just me, in my opinion? Because like everybody different on that point. Because like for me, right, if Doctor Strange supposed to be the big old Doctor Supreme that stopped magic stuff, then he should have been there that just try to stop Wanda, I think. Or at least just try to talk to her or talk her way out of doing evil stuff with her magic, which she don't know. And that's kind of thing that kind of like scares me up and down, which I think deal with powers, which I think for me could be good, could be bad. YouTube, wait a minute, YouTube. I'll be back. Um, and YouTube, Twitch, I'm back. Um, and plus, in my other opinion, which I do like about this movie, it seems like this movie it seems like the movie is gonna have cameos and stuff like that. Good cameos at that. On that just me. Because it seems like the cameo of this movie is gonna have purpose in this movie. On that just because anyway, if you look at it, some movies just had cameos just to have them and just don't do nothing with them. A la Guardians 2 with Alan Warlock. He was in the movie, but in Infinity War Endgame, he wasn't in it. But in this movie, so it seems like it's gonna have how can I say this? Professor Xavier and kind of for me, what's the purpose of having Professor Xavier in this movie? Unless the X-Men is just coming behind it in this movie, in my opinion. Because that just me, in my opinion, because what's the purpose of having Professor Xavier unless it's some kind of Illuminati, something like Black Panther. We need a new Black Panther, it's not sure. Because we need Black Panther. We need Black Bolt. I know people didn't like the Inhuman show, but but we need them. Whether y'all like it or not, we need the Doctor Strange show. No, not the Doctor Strange show, but the dang, what was I saying? Not the Doctor Strange show, but they need a new Black Panther. That's what I'm saying. Shoot. Oh, that's just me. Because look at it, I like Shuri, but the thing is, it's like Shuri is not ready to be a Black Panther yet. And kind of like for me, right, this dealing with the Black Panther stuff, everything else like that. It's dealing with a Black Panther cast and everything like that. I'm kind of feel sorry for Ryan Coogler doing this. The because thing about for me, which I do like, in my opinion, is that they is making Black Panther too. But the kind of bad thing about it is like like you say is they wasn't recasting Black Panther, which is dumb. Which I think in my opinion it is. It sounds like people can hate me and stuff like that for saying it, but that's what because it seems like to me that they hate the Doctor Strange stuff. Um, some some in my opinion just don't care for Doctor Strange everything like that. But my opinion, I actually like the Doctor Strange characters. He one of my favorite characters in my opinion. He is. Where y'all like to see it or not. That I think this movie could be better than No Way Home. It could be. It could be better than No Way Home if the stakes is there. Oh, that's just me. It could be better than No Way Home if the stakes is there. That's just me. Because think about for me, if the stakes is there, if the stakes there, if the cameos is there with purpose and to correlate the story, I I think this movie, the Doctor Strange movie, could be some of the best. How can I say? One of the best MCU movies. If this movie has stakes, storytelling, story, um, if it has stakes, it's good writing, good storytelling on screen. Because things the words could be good, but if the storytelling visually ain't there, then shoot, you gonna be messed up. In my opinion, you gonna be messed up because shoot, that just me in my opinion about that. But because so you be messed up. I think, in my opinion, if you don't get the right storytelling there, then you're gonna real messed up. I think. Which I think, in my opinion, right? If this storytelling in this movie, I think this movie green could be high as A minus, and the lowest it could be a C minus. And 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 because the only reason why for me I'm saying the C minus is because I know that the MCU just like put stuff in trailers and put time for the movies, it's not in the movies. And that's the only reason why you're to C minus, I think, in my opinion. Because anybody, when you look at the some of the storytelling, which I think, in my opinion, could be good, the storytelling could be good, in my opinion. I don't got a problem with the storytelling half the time. I got a problem with that. Does with the non-states deal with the MCU movies sometimes. The MCU movie stakes do not be there. Y'all can try to hit me for it. Y'all try to hit me for it, but we all know, like, the mistakes in MCU stuff, it's that's not there. Because if you look at it, because if you look at half of the stuff, everything like that, so like just dealing with the MCU overall, some of the movies shouldn't even sh- should have been higher rating, and should have had more storytelling behind it. Because of that, because should that just me? Should that just me, in my opinion? That's me, in my opinion. What I think some of the movies should have. Because like the thing for me, right, deal with movies, shows, and everything else like that. Deal with movies, shows, and everything else. This thought that on the movies shouldn't have cheat the fans on that. In my opinion, unless you know it's a trilogy and stuff like that. And that just me, in my opinion, about that. Just the thing about it. Shoot, in my opinion, yeah. It's the one thing that I like about the on the MCU is like the MCU keep this story going. Because that just me, in my opinion, that is one thing that I get MCU credit for. Their movies could be trash, everything like that, and some of them could be average, but they keep their universe going. Because think about it, when you look at it and stuff like that, it's like you still can tell that, in my opinion, you still can tell, in my opinion, that the MCU actually tries in some of the movies and stuff like that to tell your story, but the characters just don't. How can I say? Permit it, because should that just me, in my opinion, about it? But everybody's different. Everybody different than me on that point. Just got to think about it. Some people think it's actually good. Some of the movies is good. Some of the bad movies is good. Sound like the Thor Ragnarok. It's not a good movie. Doctor Strange one is a good movie. Because think about it. Some people some some people, in my opinion, just don't know good movies sometimes because that's what if they were seeing the animated Thor Ragnarok, that these fans will not be fit saying the thing that they're saying and saying that they like this movie. Because think about it, if y'all actually read a Thor comic, then you will know that this Thor Ragnarok Thor is not the right. It's not the right Thor. It's just an MCU version of the Thor character, which I come to accept. He's not doing a bad job being Thor, but it seems like it to me that the MCU just want to keep him funny. If you look at the Thor in the comic books, he's kind of funny and serious, but the thing is, he just had dry humor with it because shoot, that just me sound like sound like people people can hate me for saying that, but that's what the I think the DCEU could have had the better universe just for the next 2 years. I think like for this year, next year, I think the universe is gonna be clashing. I think that the switch of power is coming, which I think my power is. It sounds like people they hate me for it. So that's what, but that's what in my opinion. When you look at some of the characters itself, when you look at some of the Doctor Strange characters that could come in the future, is Doctor Voodoo. Cleo, one of his students. If you look at the movies and stuff like that, that Doctor Voodoo, Cleo, they can have some of his old villains, I think, come in. Sound like Mordor and stuff like that. 'Cause, just good thing about it, of my opinion and stuff like that. That just because the two things that I want to see from Wanda in this movie is like I want to see Wanda get some remorse just by things she done, in my opinion. Up in my opinion, because they might when you look at the one video show, she showed some remorse, but shoot, it just don't seem like that she showed a lot. Because you look at it, because it seemed like the people of town, the people in town had show fear in her. Just your thing about that's what she had kids trapped, kids, people, kids, and she's not even. Never mind, never mind. Just your thing about it. If I try to say something about the MCU stuff, everything like that, the MCU fans come after me talk. So why you harp around that? Because you're just a fan of DC. The, just your thing about it. If anybody know anything about me, is that I'm a fan of DC and Marvel. In my opinion, I am a fan of both. So like that sound like DC people can hate me all for that too. But that's what I am a fan of Marvel and DC characters. But you know me, my bias is more towards DC in my opinion. But that just me. Should should that just me in my opinion? But everybody different. everybody different in my opinion on that. Because like some people like it, some people don't, and that kind of like the one thing that I would want to see from the next Marvel project, if they make a Blade movie, is like don't try to sugarcoat nothing based on movies ratings and stuff like that. Be, just gonna stand about it that we know that Marvel just gonna have it. Making that movies PG-13 and Sony movies and some Sony movies shooting R. Because if you look at it, shoot, Thor Ragnarok could have been because if you look at it, the, Thor Ragnarok could have been an R movie, but we know Disney wanted to do that jump because we know Disney wanted to do no R Thor movie or at least a R PG-13 movie, which it did even try to do, in my opinion. Um, because like the other thing that I would like to see that for the Marvel MCU, and this is me speaking for my biases. Is like the Disney Marvel got to prove is that they can go, in my opinion, dark. They can't be scared to go dark. They can't be scared to go dark, in my opinion. Because if you look at it, you can't be scared to go dark, which I think Disney's scared to do to some point. Because if you look at it, Disney just could have been did it, but they never did anyway. But it didn't do it, in my opinion. Which and kind of like the next thing that I want to talk about is they talk about the um the Batman movies and stuff like that. And Grace Randolph, what she's saying a flop, but I don't think it's a flop because that's what it's a new franchise and stuff like that. And this Batman movie is better than most MCU movies right now. If you try to put this Batman movie against most MCU movies, this Batman movie will beat it. All except against the top ones, I think, in my opinion. But uh, but things like for me, in my opinion, based on all this what I've seen, which I seen sound like shoot, in my opinion, I just want to see, like, in my opinion, how will Disney tackle certain subjects, because that's what, when you look at it, how would it tackle Blade mother getting killed by a vampire? How would it tackle certain dark elements, which I think, in my opinion, could be good, bad, everything in between. But if anybody in my comments does have questions about just about the on the Doctor Strange movie or anything like that, then I'm cool with it. If you got a question on that, uh, because like the one thing that I want to see from the MCU in the future for me and deal with this movie, the one thing that I want to see from this movie is like I want to see how Wanda mind is working doing this movie because anybody, if you look at it, some of the WandaVision stuff don't be good. Oh, what's up, Dan? What's up, Daniel? You just doing good? Yeah. Shit. You just got a question, anything like that? You want to ask about the Doctor Strange, anything like that? Because thing about it, I kind of don't got no faith in Disney and dealing with dark stuff, and the kind of thing that kind of got me faith in it is looking at the trailer because then if you look at the trailer, it seems like it to me, right, that the trailer is taking it kind of seriousness. I think, but the thing about it, it could be just trailer trickery. But the thing about it, shoot, I want to have faith in Disney. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that oh yeah, and kind of thing that I like from the movies and stuff like that. That shoot, so they better have one um Bruce Campbell cameo, which I think in my opinion they should because if you look at it, that if it wasn't for that I think I think they should too, but hush hush knowing Disney they might not do it because we know Disney and stuff like that like to keep stuff in a little up in a little how can I say this, they like to keep it constricted. Be, because you look at the Loki show was good, it was cool, I like the Loki show. The Loki show was cool, but thing about it, in my opinion, is like I don't trust everything that Disney put out, and Star Wars have proven it to me. Because so if you look at it, Star Wars didn't fire the one person that messed up the sequel trilogy and Kathleen Kennedy, but it seemed like that she might be doing a better job. But after this, I'm not sure. Yep, yep. Because you look at after Endgame, the only good show I saw that was real good in my opinion was Falcon and Winter Soldier. It just me. That was the only good show I saw after Endgame because the Loki show was all right. I liked the Loki show. It wasn't a bad show. I liked Loki. Hawkeye. Hawkeye was a show that I was kind of excited for. In my opinion, because if you look at it, I was kind of excited for Hawkeye, and which for me kind of it was kind of disappointing me in a way. The Hawkeye show, the Hawkeye show disappointed me because think about it. At the end game, every season Ronin, and plus you expect the whole show Hawkeye go for Ronin back to Hawkeye and for him to get his morals back, which I thought would have happened. That's what when you look at the Hawkeye show, it's all about Kate Bishop. That's what the Kate Bishop character. I don't hate the character or the actress that playing, but that's what this show was named Hawkeye. Rather we like it or not, the show was named Hawkeye, and the show and the Hawkeye show come had changed into the Kate Bishop show, in my opinion. And sure, that's what I think. That's what I think in my opinion. So like people probably can say that that it wasn't about Kate Bishop and stuff like that. But that's what look at the whole show. The whole show, in my opinion, was um in my opinion, was all about Kate Bishop, her characters, and and, and kind of like the Disney Plus thing had used his show just just like other characters, which I don't like. Yep, and nobody wasn't talking about it. But the thing about for me, right, is the Hawkeye show wasn't a bad show overall. But the thing is for me is like shoot, it just didn't fit. How can I say this? The Hawkeye show didn't fit his character. Be, because it kind of seemed dumbed down and stuff like that. In my opinion, it kind of seemed dumbed down and kind of like my grade. I expect this movie to be the Doctor Strange movie grade, which I expected to be in my opinion. Is like I expected my high grade is A minus, and my low grade is a C plus. Low low end is C plus if this movie is a mess, but since it just had cameos that was real good, C plus. But is the story good, everything like that, at A minus. That's kind of like my high and low. And what's kind of for me, what's kind of good. It's kind of good and bad in a way, but everybody different though. But everybody different in different ways. And that is my opinion about it. Everything else like that. And and so like in my opinion, I think that some of these MCU movies are overhyped when the reviews came out. Because think about the shoot the No Way Home movie. It was a good movie, but the thing that like in my opinion, it kind of seemed like people was overhyping it. Kind of like in my opinion, it kind of overhyping in my opinion, but everybody different on that though. Oh, do you think they're introducing the X-Men or the mutants in Doctor Strange? Oh, wait a minute. So I do think that the cameo just by Patrick Stewart could be like introducing Skyclops, Storm and stuff like I think, and kind of like I think they is introducing the just the X Men. I think in the multiverse of madness. That if I'm wrong, bro, I will be very disappointed, and that's what I will go on this live stream when I start reviewing it live and say I was wrong about the X Men prediction, and that's what I will be very disappointed. But that's what just by the Patrick Stewart cameo. So I do think that that could open the door to the X Men and kind of X Men that I want to see just get introduced, which I think, in my opinion, should be like introduced. It's like give Skyclops some respect. I do not get how many years that I was waiting on Skyclops to get respect on screen. It was too long, and that's kind of like my opinion on it. Because they might, if you look at it, um, Yeah. Ooh. And man, shoot, is that man? And No Way Home, and plus this Pastor Stewart thing, and he is another rapper boner. You will see a rant from me on this internet an hour worth of ranting on this on my channel live, ranting about this, because this thing bat not be about no Ralph Boner type of one division, because look, you look at one division disappointed me so much, because anybody, when you look at the comic it came from, you expected the X-Men to be there. If it's like the one division on Quicksilver, I'll be mad, because that's what, if you look at it, Disney already had the rights to them for a while for some of the characters, but guess what? Use your characters. But the thing about, for me, right, the if you try to tell somebody from the MCU and anything like that, sure, about their movies, they would get mad at you. Yep, Sky Crossing Storm. But the thing about, for me, right, if they would have give Halle Berry more to do, she was the best Storm we got so far. Because think about it, if you look at it overall, the the Halle Berry Storm was the closest Storm to how can I say, to the Storm of the comic books. Because think about it, she had the hair and everything else like that, and that's kind of like, for me, which I like to see, and kind of like things that I would want to see from the Skyclops is like, I want to see the leader Skyclops, because as you look at the comic books, Skyclops is a beast in the comic books, and but it kind of seemed like it to me now in the comic books that they don't want to do it in the movies, because you look at the comic books, the anime, everything else like that. That the animated Skyclops is better than this. How in the world do the animated cartoon from the '90s just got a better Skyclops than the how can I say? How do you get an animated Skyclops from the cartoon just better than live action? Which is a disgrace in my opinion. It's a big disgrace in my opinion. Just from the on the animated cartoon, Skyclops to be better than you, man, I would have been mad. I would say, come on, man. And kind of like the one thing that I want to see from the MCU do with the X-Men is actually do the Central program right, because we look at the '90s X-Men compared to the um the '90 X-Men stuff like that. The '90 X-Men actually show, like in my opinion, it actually show, in my opinion, in the '90s X-Men cartoon, the reason why the Sentinels just was so dangerous, and Disney, in my opinion, don't want to put no kind of violence towards kids, everything like that, which is kind of dumb, because you look at it, kids not kids no more anyway. Shoot, you just want to show the jump, because that's what kids looking at anime when ninjas cutting up each other. That shoot did, like in my opinion, I still think that can happen. Yeah, but the thing is, but things in my opinion is like, on the Black Panther thing still can happen, but Disney and Kevin Feige just got to bite the bullet and just recast the Black Panther. Cause so y'all might not like me saying that, but that's what you do need to recast the Black Panther. y'all probably can hate me for saying it, but that's what, in my opinion, so you do need to recast the Black Panther, everything like that. But shoot, that's just me, in my opinion about it. And kind of like the next thing come from me, right? That if they do have, if they can do like a rated R Blade movie, because look at it, if they can get Blade right, they can bring back Wesley Snipes as the father of the new Blade and anything like that. If they want to do that, because if you look at it, should they do need some more Blade stuff, I think, in the MCU? Because think about it, how is Disney just got to show vampires feeding on humans? Because look at vampires is not no PG-13 jump. The vampires is like how can I say this? Vampires is like rated R stuff, and this like if anybody want to come in. Yep. I know Angela said the Black Fleece sequel is going to be better and wonder what they got in mind. Okay. If she had said that it's good, it's going to be better, okay. I'll take our word for it, but sure, I'm just going to look at the movie and see. Because the thing about the MCU is like the MCU, just I said, so many things supposed to be better. But the thing is, right, when you look at the movies, it's not actually better in my opinion. But shoot, because shoot, that in my opinion, because in my opinion, it's like shoot, I do actually believe on that she wanted to be better. But my opinion on it is like I don't actually believe it until I see it. Because shoot, that's just me. I don't believe it till I see it. Because the one thing that I want to see that because like the one thing that I want to see like dealing with this MCU things, all that sound like since Blade was a vampire, they could bring back Blade as a variant, I think, as a variant vampire, or just as the father of one of the. They bring back as the. Oh yeah. Bring back Vader to play Whistler or some type of mental. Yeah, sure. I'll be cool with that. I'll be cool with that too. He could play some kind of mentor role, just a new Blade. I'll be cool with that. But then it's like, why can't this Blade just be the father of the new one or something like that? If y'all know what I'm talking about, he could be like the father of this Blade. He just raise him up to be a fighter or something like that. It was something like a father training a son to do something, but things like the son just picked it up. And kind of like the one thing that I want to see like in the future doing MCU is like where the Midnight Suns, where Ghost Rider was coming in, because the thing about I want to see Ghost Rider, I want to see Wolverine, I want to see some of the Midnight Suns characters come together, and some of the West Coast Avengers, because thing about it, shoot, the MCU is already teasing. Us don't tease nothing, and just don't bring it up. Because you look at Guardians 2 now, that the MCU already just got a habit of bringing stuff out, of teasing stuff, and not bringing it out, in my opinion. Because shoot, that's just me. That's just me, in my opinion. Yep. Intertwine. Okay. But the thing, in my opinion, is right, Tossum. Why would you need? Why would you need, in my opinion, to be teased by Black Knight though? And they could have bring him in before the end game stuff, which I think in my opinion could be good or bad, everything else like that. In my opinion, but then by my opinion, just by teasing and stuff like that, it's actually a good thing. Because the thing about, for me, for them teasing it like that, which I think in my opinion could be a good, bad, everything between. For me, it's like it like the Eternals. The Eternals movie was boring though. The Eternals movie wasn't a bad movie, but the Eternals movie didn't keep me engaged and stuff like that. And that's just me, because the movies didn't keep me engaged and stuff like that. And stuff like that. If y'all know what I'm talking about, dealing with that, because the movie did not just didn't keep me engaged like that most of the time. It didn't. So like for me, in my opinion about it, could be good or bad. But in my opinion, like the Eternals was kind of like boring, but the action parts were good. Some of the family parts I like. Certain parts of the movies I like. Certain parts I didn't. Could that just me? I like what's his nice being a father. The Midnight Suns will be tight. Bring all the supernatural characters. Like, yep, son, just leave dark. Because think about my opinion. Shoot. I have a feeling that DC might do it just might do Justly Dark before Marvel do Midnight Suns. Because should that just mean my opinion about it? That's how I feel it might be happening like that. But that just me. Because should that just mean my opinion about it? And that's how I feel. Because should that just mean my opinion about that? But everybody, some people might like it, some people might not. But 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 kind of things that I want to see about the Midnight Suns is like Ghost Rider, because we need another Ghost Rider movie. That's just me in my opinion about that. But some people like it, some people don't. But then with me, it's like we need a Ghost Rider movie, and they can tease Black Knight in it since it's the MCU. Just put other characters in it. But the thing about me, in my opinion about it is like yeah, just the thing about it, like in my opinion, and stuff like that. It's like it's some of the MCU that I'm just scared for the MCU execution. Because the thing about it's like I done seen so much stuff dealing with MCU couldn't execute good on it, but they didn't. If y'all know what I'm talking about dealing with that, because shoot man, because shoot man, they saying they casting Adam Warlock now. This mean it's kind of late to cast Adam Warlock now, because so you should have been had him in Endgame. You should have been had him in Infinity War and Endgame. But the thing about it, in MCU, it's kind of late on these stuff. But I kind of figured that. I kind of figured this was coming, and, and plus all the excuses of MCU women coming too. Just your thing about it, it's like you can criticize the one thing about the MCU, and but the MCU fanboys will all come after you in the comments. They will all come after you in the comments. You can say that the WandaVision show is average. They will come after you in the comments on certain channels that you trying to give as just a fact about the MCU. But that's what if a DC movie, you can criticize it all day. Most of the time, it seems like to me, and that's kind of thing that's just I kind of see from the general public because think about the general public like the Superman movie, Man of Steel. Because if you ask me also when they're making another Superman movie, I say I don't know when they're making another Superman movie. But the thing is for me, it's like because the thing about for me it's kind of like, in my opinion, it kind of like for me, in my opinion, and stuff like that. And kind of like for me, which I don't like most of the time, it's kind of like wasted potential. Yep, and you was right. It was totally wasted. He definitely couldn't be a fan to her. And again, Captain Marvel only had one movie. Yep, and she wasn't. And for the bad thing about it, Adam Warlock was teased before Captain Marvel and Guardians 2. They had time to cast him. They had somebody there already. They had somebody there already to play the role. I don't get how they can't. I don't get it. I don't get how they waste a big character like that, and, and not care if you want to use them. It's kind of late. And but it's kind of late for me, in my opinion. Based on that, of my opinion, it's kind of late to use them now. Unless you're using them just for the Galactus fight or something like that. Because shoot, that's just me, in my opinion, about it. Because it kind of seems like to me they just using them. They might try to bring them in as power for the Galactus fight, or just to fight Doctor Doom. Which I think, in my opinion, could be good or bad, but everybody different on that. It, it, and kind of everybody give excuses the reason why this character wasn't used, which I don't like the excuses. Yep, the post credit they casted him for now doesn't seem to fit the role. Yep, I kind of that I think that was the boy that played up in Maze Runner. I think on a Maze Runner movie, which I think, in my opinion, was the only reason why I know. Yeah. Will Poulter is name. Just your thing about it, which I don't like about this casting, is like, like um Adam Warlock is a built tall person. He's not a small person, in my opinion. He's not. He's kind of short, and plus Adam Warlock is a tall, muscular person, and plus I probably would have said Henry Cavill, but the thing is like WB already got him already. It's kind of late to get him now. It's kind of late to get Henry Cavill now, since he locked in the deal just with Warner Brothers, but that's what they could have got him earlier. But since they didn't get him, before the casting of Will Poulter. I guess y'all stuck with these little boys. And that's just me and in my opinion about it, but everybody different on that. So like some people might like it, some people don't. Yep. Yep, because think about it, if you look at him, oh yep. And you got it right. He got a commanding presence in the comics. Yep. Yep, and this yep, he is, and don't make him a joke. Nope. Because you look at him, he is not a joke of a character. He's like a serious superhero character. Sound like he's similar to Superman, but he kind of did. And kind of like the last topic that I want to talk about is this show right here. The future of this show right here of Halo. Because then if anybody here just gonna look at the show Halo, because think about it, I might look at it. I might have some Paramount Plus just to look at it, but think about for me, I probably got to look at it, pay for it and stuff like that. But think about it, it's like I don't mind paying for it. But then in my opinion, it's like I just hope that the show, in my opinion, it's not bad. Because think about it, it's like some people say it's a good show, some people say they like it, in my opinion. And if this if this Halo show right here be better than Hawkeye, Loki, and all these Disney Plus shows who put all this money into this stuff, it's a fail on Disney part. Because think about it, if you look at it, all this money Disney got, if this one show, in my opinion, outshine them, it's gonna be a loss on their part. Because that just me in my opinion on that. It sounds like the Halo show. The Halo show for me is about uh it's about on the Halo show, in my opinion, is about Master Chief, and this Halo show for me, right? It could be about it can be about 3 or 4 seasons. They by Master Chief, in my opinion. Oh yeah, that they're supposed to be doing some type of face reveal thing, but the thing about for me, it's like I don't care about the face reveal thing because if you seen the other Halo game, the other Halo movies, that shoot, the Master Chief had his face revealed anyway in the movie. It was called Darth Lundgren, I think, called had played one of them, but I'm not sure. And plus, the man that played Luke Cage, he played in a Halo movie before his Halo stuff became popular, in my opinion. But the thing about for me, right, is the thing about for me, in my opinion, is like how can I say this? How can I say this without being mean? I think this Halo show could be better than Mandalorian, in my opinion. It could be better than Mandalorian. That might be high marks. That could be better than Mandalorian season 1. I ain't talking about season 2. I talking about season 1. Because think about it, if it's better than Mandalorian season 1, then this show right here is off to a good start. And that's just me, in my opinion, about that. Because that's just me, in my opinion, about that. But some people like it, some people don't. Because some people like it, some people don't. But the thing about, for me, in my opinion, because the thing about me, in my opinion, about this show is like, the masterpiece show need to be about story. The story need to be good, because should they need to be good, in my opinion. Some people like it, some people don't. But so you never seen the movies? Didn't like Boba Fett? Well, that uh, but like in the Halo movies, the shoot on the Master Chief still kept it on most of the movie though. He just took it off inside the ship, I think, or something like that. Because should that just me? He just kept it on inside the Oh yeah. Oh, so okay, okay. Oh yeah, because thing about the movies and stuff like that, it was some kind of DVD, straight to DVD movie, or something like that. Because should that just me in my opinion about that, but everybody different. Because things about which I like, you might not like, and stuff like that. It's like this Master Chief show, which I think, in my opinion, could be like, in my opinion, how can I say this? The Master Chief show could be like a game changer just for most shows I think out there. If they actually care about the product, then people will actually look at it. Because they might, if you look at the trailer, the pictures coming out, most of the stuff look just like the video games. If you look at it, because should that just mean, in my opinion, it could do like the video games. Because you look at the trailer for Halo, look at the trailer for Halo and stuff like that. It looked just like the video games. Oh no, no! This series is coming out on shoot this series coming out on Paramount Plus, and plus shoot I probably have to pay for it now just to look at it, and for me just to review it episode by episode. But the thing about it, everybody that's that um it's this Halo short coming on Paramount Plus. Uh, do y'all want me to review this season episode by episode, or do y'all want me to do it by, or just do like episode 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 or 5 and 6, something like that, or just do by single episodes? It is up to y'all how y'all want me to do it, because then I will actually review it. If y'all want me to do it to review, do it by single episodes, or do my episode 1 and 2 together. Be, because I think doing by episode, I think it's 6 to, yeah. I think it might be 6 episodes. I just might, if y'all would do it by episode, I think it's easier on everybody. I think who might not be looking at the show right away, they probably can look at my review. If y'all want me to do it by one episode at a time, but it's just me, in my opinion. Because should I just meet that because I think it's easy to do by one episode at a time. because I think if you try to do about 2 episodes, I think some people might get confused up in the comment section and say which episode you're talking about. I think it's easier to just do one at a time. Just the thing about it is some of these shows right here end up being better than Disney Plus shows, I think. And people just had Disney Plus because of Star Wars and Marvel. Because they it was for Marvel and Star Wars, most people won't even get Disney Plus, and Disney know it most of the time. Because think about if you look at it, if they didn't have Marvel, they didn't have Star Wars and stuff like that, they wouldn't be having all these they won't be having all these um subscribers on their channel, on their not a channel, but on their streaming services. I think, in my opinion, and this and Disney, in my opinion, don't even put mature stuff most time on there, unless you overseas or something like that. The overseas people get all the good stuff. The overseas people get all the good mature stuff overseas, and we can't even get it over here because we just not getting half of the good um MCU movies. That's your thing about it for me. My opinion that it was another picture I want to show y'all. It was the way this enemy look. In my opinion, looks good. It looks good though, in my opinion. Oh yeah. Oh, so you so with Hulu and ESPN Plus to Verizon? You ain't paying for it. I don't got Verizon. I pretty much paying. That's the problem, and that's what I pretty much don't pay for it just so the shares can make them. And some people, like in my opinion, don't like Disney Plus overall, but they got the shows you want to look at and series for you to look at for you to just review it for your channel, and that's kind of like the problem people have right now. Because think about it, if it wasn't for some of the shows or something like that they ain't had, boy, you would have messed up. Disney would have messed up, in my opinion. And for these pictures right here, I'm showing right here, I think that's Master Chief, unless it's somebody else. Unless Master Chief blend in with his environment, it looked like. This one looked like the Covenant, the first enemy. If y'all saw the Halo games, even cutscenes, the first Halo games, that's not the first enemy they faced. And plus, the big Cortana looked like it changed too. It would look like this Cortana had changed, seemed like, in my opinion. Because I think if we look at it, shoot, this Cortana look different than the one in the game. I kind of don't hate it. Unless they got a reason why they couldn't do the other. Yeah, I would kind of. They put the Marvel, the Marvel Netflix stuff. They just put on there. I think, in my opinion, just because they didn't want to just pay Netflix and just keep it on there. I think, in my opinion, that's the only reason why I think they put it on there. Not to pay Netflix to keep their stuff on there, which I think, in my opinion, the reason why they did it. But that's just me. And kind of like the and kind of like for the Halo things, I think, in my opinion, is like for, how can I say this? I like the Halo. What's the name of that thing? I like the Master Chief Visor because it pretty much matched the game. If you look at the game and stuff like that, it matched the game and stuff like that. It matched the gaming aesthetics of the games. The trailer, they had the video game. They had the video game. Thing for me, it kind of matched his visor, matched the game and stuff, everything like that. Just think about for me, shoot, it do match the video game stuff. Which kind of for me, the first time I saw the trailer, I was kind of surprised they kind of match everything to the just to the game. If you look at it, you look at the game and stuff and like it matched the game. It that it kind of like it kind of matched the game. Machine guns in the back, everything like that. And kind of like for me to see how this thing match up in story, I just hope the story is similar. Because if the story is similar, I think, or just have or just have some kind of different spin, but kind of good. Like in my opinion, I just wish it'd be good. In my opinion, I just hope it to be better than some of these Marvel MCU shows. Because shoot, that just me. Because that just me, in my opinion. Because I just hope that some of these, yeah, and kind of thing, and the kind of thing I hope the fans don't do is like, I just hope the fans do not expect the game to return to the show. Because think about it, some things in the games is that you can't do it on the show. That just me. That just me in my opinion on that. Because for comic book stuff, everything else, I kind of accepted the fact you can't put everything in the comic books on a video game in a movie. You got to put your own spin to it, which I kind of set the fact up because think about it. Because for me, I used to be one of them hardcore fans and say I want everything for the game. Put it in the game onto the stream, and plus because I kind of think to myself, it's like I kind of asked for too much, and that's kind of like for me, and kind of like hardcore fans got to give just as your showrunners just on flexibility and just don't, in my opinion, criticize everything, which I think, in my opinion, which would be better to do to criticize everything they do. Because you look at it, the showrunner just trying to do everything by the fans and by the studio, and because the studio just want the director to just do certain stuff as well. And kind of like I think I think these stuff could be good. I think in the future, and this series and this series need to be more than one season, which I think it should be. Because shoot, so you look at this trailer, everything like that. You look at this trailer. The thing for me, when you look at this trailer, everything like that, if you look at this trailer, look at the world, everything like that, it could be like a 2 or 3 season show, even 4 if you look at it. Because so you look at the first video game could be about 1 or 2 seasons, by that, in my opinion. And kind of like my rating for this show, which I think could be good. If this rating could be like a how can I say this? It could be like an A or B or something like that. But everybody, the my high end is an A minus, my low end is a C plus. If it's lower than C plus, by the time my review of this whole show come out, then in my opinion, this show running fail. Because the low end score should be a C plus or a C minus. And kind of like, for my opinion, stuff like that. Um, and kind of like, from my opinion, everybody different on that. And kind of like, from my opinion, everybody different on it. And kind of like for me, everybody, shoot, I will be doing a Batman tier list if y'all in for it. Because think about this Batman tier list is gonna be in between the fans, everything like that. Okay. Okay, man, Daniel. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you, man. Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. For it. And kind of like for the Batman live action one, I will do that next stream if you got me here for it. I'm doing it on Saturday. The Batman tier list live action one. If you can come in, anything like that. And for the and for everybody that's here, um I hope that I hope this in my opinion, I hope this show Halo show just don't disappoint in my opinion. Because think about, for me, if this show disappoint, then for me, I will be very how can I say, I will be very how can I say, I will be very mad if this show actually bad, of my opinion. That's just me. And kind of like for other stuff that I would like to see, in my opinion, is like this Halo show, I think, needs to be planned out over seasons and not just over one season. I think playing it over multiple seasons, in my opinion, because think about it, some studios and other people just don't plan stuff over seasons, which I think, in my opinion, that some people don't do, and that just for Netflix, I think. And that's how I think Netflix messed up, which I think, in my opinion, they did with the Cowboy Bebop show, which I think that other people um just don't do most of the time, which I don't like most of the time. The Halo is sort of an Xbox thing. If you look at it, I think the Halo series could be a good series though. But 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 the thing that worrying about me is like, I just hope that no type of political type of stuff, which in the show, and does go by the lore of the Halo stuff, everything like that. And that's just me, in my opinion. That's what I think about it. Because think about, for me, right, that the Halo series to me could be the next step of the PlayStation people getting God of War. Because if you look at it, if this Halo series looked this good, could you imagine a God of War series? I got a War movie, anything like that? And that just me, of my opinion. Because you look at the if this Halo series, everything like that, Halo series, DC movies look good. Ooh, if these Halo series look good, dog. Oh man, that jump look good. That could be good, in my opinion. That could be a real good thing if y'all got a war movie come out, I would actually go in theaters and look at that movie. The God of War movie, in my opinion. I will I will actually look at it and plus support it. And that thing about it, I am an Xbox person, and plus I even know that the and and plus that Xbox person, and plus I even know how big God of War is, and God of War is a real big series, in my opinion. It is. I kind of accept it that God of War is a real good series, in my opinion. Because anybody, I think God of War could be a good one. They already got a Sonic movie out. They could do. This could be out there if y'all would go in the early 2090s. They could do like a live action gargoyles, like from Disney type of thing. Since Disney got the gargoyles rights, they can do like a gargoyles show or movie, and they can. Let me see. Let me see what else. Gargoyles. They can also do dang, nah, what's another they can do? Gargoyles. I want to see another Spawn movie, and 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 plus everybody trash on the Michael J. White Spawn movie, but that's what that Spawn movie wasn't really a bad movie in my opinion. It wasn't bad. So that just me. I actually I kind of like the Spawn the Michael J. White Spawn movie as some kind of Michael J. White movie as some kind of how can I say this? Okay, Daniel, I'll see you there. And kind of my last thoughts. Should this Spawn movie, the Michael J. White Spawn movie wasn't bad in my opinion, but everybody that's in the chat, I will see y'all later. I will see y'all on Saturday on the chat on live reaction and doing and you and me on the same page. Then and and kind of like on Saturday, I will be doing a Batman live stream just live action Batman stuff and the live tear making Batman movie live action stuff on YouTube. I'll see y'all later and see y'all. I'll see y'all later, chat, and see y'all later and see y'all next time. And just have a good day.